Hello, welcome back to 1874 in association with Match Bingo. If you are watching via YouTube now, you can scan the QR code and it will take you to the sign up of Match Bingo. If not, head to 1874.io/Match Bingo. If you sign up, it really, really helps us as a channel. You can buy 4 bingo cards around all the football and all the sport that's on at the moment. You'll get one free as well. They're £2 each and you'll give yourself a chance of winning some money. As I've said before, I've won a few times, not on a great run at the moment, I think because more people are getting involved, but you can win some money. Win 250 quid for £2, which is quite nice. So gamble responsibly, of course, but if you could help us out by just signing up to Match Bingo, that would be really, really appreciated. Today, I've gone against my better judgment and Flex has joined me to talk about Victor Lindelof, Jadon Sancho, and we will touch on Emiliano Martinez as well. Now, Flex and I struggle to have a serious conversation about football. We're on TalkSport together every Tuesday, TalkSport 2. How we kept on air, I'm not really sure, but we're going to try. So here comes Flex now. We're going to talk about what Villa can expect from Victor Lindelof and Jadon Sancho.
This is a serious platform. This is like proper football. Yeah, this is this is proper football talk. So I am here to be honest.
Okay, he's put all his best Manchester United gear on for us as well, which we really appreciate. We're not haunted by the last day at Old Trafford last season still at all. So let's start with Sancho then. Obviously, you haven't seen him play for Manchester United for a long time, even though he's a Manchester United player. When did he last play for Manchester United? 24, I'm guessing. 2024.
It might have even been before. No, because he didn't play last season. He wasn't there. 23.
23. Jeez, he's not played for Manchester United for a long time.
Probably, yeah.
First off, Villa have obviously taken him on loan, paying a high portion of his wages. Do you think it's a good signing for Villa, given the circumstances of Villa's window as well? Let's take that into account.
I think that's why I see it being something that you did. Honestly, I think the signing looks desperate. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
On loan, I think the situation you were in turmoil, trying to get some signings over the line, it's been terrible. It's the players you've had to sell. You see what happened with Emiliano Martinez. There's a flat feeling at the club. It's deadline day. You've got to do something. You've got aspirations of getting back into Europe again, in terms of Champions League anyway. And you needed something, that could be done quickly. And there is this feeling sometimes with him in Jadon Sancho that if you can get him going, he can be a good player. The player that we saw at Dortmund was a top player. And since he's come to England, or back to England and come to the Premier League, he's just massively struggled. How do I think that it will turn out for you? I don't think it's a great signing, mate. I'll be honest. I feel like I've seen him play enough up close and personal for when he has been here, and he's just never got going, mate. The appetite for the game, to play with intensity. One thing I think I really like about Villa when they're in full flow is they're at it. Like the ball moves really fast through the thirds. You get the ball to attacking players fairly quickly, whether that be in centrally and Morgan Rogers, or whether that had been in the past, people like Jacob Ramsey, or whether that be Leon Bailey and Rashford when he was there last year. You could see a little bit. Get the ball forward quickly, get the ball to attacking players, cause isolations and let them work. Jadon Sancho, I feel, is just too passive, mate. He's just too passive. He's had a bad time. And listen, you never know. I'm not one to just go in on players and say there's disgrace and there's that. You never know what's going on both sides. But the perception anyway from outside looking in is that this isn't someone who's really, really eager to get his football back on track and make the England squad. It's more about, I've got this big contract at Man United. I ain't taking any pay cuts. I've got 1 year left on this money. I'm not going anywhere permanent. I just want to see this out, and then I'll be a free agent next year, and I can go from there. I can almost guarantee you. Well, I know it's just an option, and no, you don't even have an option, do you? It's just a loan.
No, it's straight loan.
He will not be your player by the end of this, and I don't think you'll want him to be either. I think that there'll be a few games where you're on the front foot, you're playing well, gets an assist here or there, nutmeg somebody, and then it will just fade. And I hope I'm wrong, because I like him as an individual. Anytime I come across him, he's always polite. He's like a nice kid, but I just don't know if he has. I question whether he has that burning desire to reignite his career, and that's where it is. Over to you, Unai Emery. Over to you, Villa coaching staff, and the environment that's there. Can you harvest that? Can you get something out of Jadon Sancho that, in my opinion, wasn't there at Chelsea? Chelsea fans could try to polish the turd as much as they want and say he had a good season. He didn't have a good season. He got like 2 goals and a few assists. and he wasn't a consistent starter. He couldn't nail it down in that young Chelsea team. Man United, same thing, not good enough. So I don't know. I think it's a big risk, but I can understand why you've taken it, if I'm honest. And I'm not just saying that to hate on him. I'm actually being serious. I just can't see how he reaches any levels that are consistent enough for you to want to invest into that long term.
See, I think the Manchester United move was doomed from the start because they signed him. He's a big signing. Like Manchester United fans were buzzing when you signed
Massive signing.
Jadon and Sancho.
Yeah.
As soon as you've signed him, you've kind of ripped up what you were going to do because Cristiano Ronaldo came along and was available to buy. And he almost felt pushed out to me straight away. Like, I always thought his best position was on the right, but at Manchester United, it was always he wants to play on the left, he wants to play on the left, but you had Rashford and other players that could play there. Their best position was on the left as well. The bit of encouragement I've got is that I think technically he's a very good footballer.
He is.
I'm not being horrible about Manchester United here, but I don't think the football and the systems that you've played while Sancho's been there have been the most mature. I think the way Villa plays is a bit more mature. I think Jacob Ramsey's gone. I do think the left 10 position, where he's going to be playing left-hand side, he's going to have a wing-back overlapping him. He's going to have another 10 close to him and Ollie Watkins close to him as well. I do think, because he's a technically gifted footballer, I do think that little bit of pocket of space playing as a left number 10 will suit him. So that's the reason I'm allowing myself to think that it might turn out
listen,
well.
You have to, and there are, listen, he's not a player, like I said, he's not going to not score a goal or not have good performances, not be part of a winning Villa team. It's not that. But, I just pulled out some of his stats here. Most of his career, he's been a left wing. He's played 175 games at left wing and 114 at right wing. So not loads in it, but mostly he's been a left winger. In the 10 attacking midfield, he's played 20 times. So he doesn't normally play as a 10 or an inside 10. He is an out-and-out left or right. That's his bread and butter. But I do take your point. Look, if anyone can get a tune out of somebody and get some confidence out of them and give an environment, it is Unai Emery. I think he's the top manager. So I think you have to hold on to that. You do, because otherwise it is underwhelming, mate. This honestly, this guy's basically, because when he went to Chelsea, he was playing as a left winger sometimes, and it didn't light the world up, light it up, and I just question his mentality and his appetite to operate at high intensity and to really kickstart his career. Again, I hope I'm wrong. I hope he does really well for you. I just think it will just blow hot and cold. I think there'll be some weeks where you go, tell you what, that's the Jadon. Do that a bit more. What goal? Cut in, far corner. I did that at Chelsea, didn't he? Look at the final in the Conference League.
Yeah,
does exactly that. Yeah, he scored one against Spurs, cutting in from that side. Do you know what I mean? Good goal. And you're like, let's see more of that, please. And you speak to Chelsea fans. I speak to a lot of them. We've done videos having a bit of banter and stuff. But at the same time, they're banging your head. You're like, come on. Like, wait. I know you that you'll be at your seat. I don't know where you sit in the. I don't know if you sit in the whole end or wherever you sit. Right? But whole end, you will be.
The door.
Yep, there you go. Little delivery.
Sancho coming to knock you out. For what you've been
you will be like, come on.
Yeah.
I just know it. I
guess that's just wingers in general sometimes, but I do think I don't see him. I don't think he is a winger. I genuinely think that position under Emery, if he can take the bit I'm worried about, and you've kind of alluded to it a little bit, is that the Villa players have to take on quite a lot tactically off Emery. They have to sit in meetings, like meetings after meetings after meetings, like going through the game plan. Like, is he going to be able to take that on board? Because that's the bit that maybe he's concerning. If he doesn't take it on board, he doesn't watch the clips, he doesn't do his homework, Emery's not going to pick him. We needed an attacking player though. We needed a Ramsey replacement. We've got it. I'm okay with it. Let's see how he does.
Jacob Ramsey, mate, is honestly, I know he's got the injury problems, but with how he moves and how he can play intense and I've got a bit about him. I just don't see that from Sancho. But Leslie, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, you can only speak as you found him at Manchester United.
That's what I've observed.
That's all you do.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one then. I mean, Villa shopping in the Manchester United 2021 squad here, this transfer window.
Earlier.
Let's talk about Victor Lindelof then. Look, it's not a flashy signing. It's not an exciting signing. It's a necessary get a body through the door, someone that's played in the Premier League that can cover Ezri Konsa and maybe play some games on a Thursday night in the Europa League. He's been at Man U a long time, hasn't he? And he's been through loads of different regimes. They've always kept him around the place, so he's obviously quite a low maintenance character. You bought him for 30 million at the time?
30 million from Benfica at the time, yeah.
So he was a big signing at the time when you got him in. Would you say he was a success at Manchester United overall? Or did he just okay?
Do you know what? He does get a rough time where people say he's terrible, he's this, that. He's a competent footballer, Victor Lindelof. He is a competent footballer. It is not the future of Man United, and he should have been gone a long time ago. But there is a reason why players like that do manage to keep staying around no matter who the managers are. It's because they're good trainers, they're top pros. They don't have big egos. They're happy to be used when they're used, and they approach things in the right way. His deficiencies are, I remember him sort of getting bullied a little bit. When the online thing starts kicking in, people start trolling, just call him Lindesoft, and he just gets a bit roughed around a little bit, which can happen with against a top striker. But equally, I've seen him have really good games against the likes of Haaland or Aubameyang at the time in the prime, and like other good strikers. I've also seen him being spun inside out and it's like, oh God, this is a car crash. So, but in terms of what you've bought him for, competent, knows the Premier League, doesn't have to move house. He's left Man United after a long time. Villa, I think when you need to play him for a game here or two, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He's good with both feet. He's calm on the ball. Decent-ish in the air. As long as he's your backup, complete backup, right? And like if someone got injured, car strain, they're out for a couple of games, you've got to put Lindelof with Pau Torres or something, Lindelof with Konsa or whatever, or Lindelof with Mings, then he'll do a professional job. If you have to rely on him past that, you're in trouble. I'll tell you that for free.
I do remember, obviously, there was a time when you were finishing second or third, and it was seen as being an absolute disaster. I mean, you'd kill for those days now. But
exactly,
him and Maguire, you kept clean sheets.
That's what I'm saying, mate.
You had a good season, but I think your system, again, I don't think the system at Manchester United has ever been the most mature. It's almost like you've just got to defend. That's it. What's he like on the ball? Because he's gonna have to play out from the back under Emery.
I tell you what, ironically, he's had a good few. His speciality used to be that long faded ball into the channel, like Rashford would run onto it a couple of times and score. And he's got he's quite calm. Honestly, you'd be pleasantly surprised where you think. He'll play some games where you think all this negativity about him. Tell you what, he's all right. He isn't as bad as they say. He's not, because I don't ever believe he is. It's like Luke Shaw. Man United fans, obviously, because of all the injury problems and how injury prone he's been, it's like, get out, he's the worst player ever. No, when he's fit, he's actually a very competent player, Luke Shaw. But with Lindelof, he's very available, very rarely injured. Like I said, good attitude, good trainer, good person to have around your dressing room, and he's a good person to rely upon when needed. It's when you try and build your team around him and he's just starting centre back week in, week out. He's not at that level anymore, anyway. But as a fourth choice centre back, which is essentially what he is to you, isn't it? He's a fourth. Yeah,
he'll just back up Konsa. Konsa might be shifted to right back every now and again, and Lindelof play, depending on the opponent.
Honestly, man, he's a competent centre half. He's not the future. He's not going to be part of a title winning team. Could he be part of a team that got back into the Champions League? In the right environment, maybe not playing every single game, maybe. But Europa League, 100%, no problem. Play him in them games. He's been to 2 Europa League finals now. He knows about the pressure. He lost both, but he's played in them.
You're fitting well over this then.
Yeah, and he's won trophies. So yeah, man, he knows what it is to play for a big club and what the pressure is. Do you know what I mean? So there'll be less pressure at Villa.
He's only 30 as well. I thought he was a bit older than that because he feels like
he's been around for ages. Yeah,
he's only 30. Okay. Yeah. Before I let you go, because I know you've got to go, let's just touch on Emiliano Martinez quickly. You, when we saw each other yesterday, you fell for the false Romano narrative, hadn't you? That it was resting on the Sancho deal and stuff like that, but you just never ever bidded for him.
Yeah, well, it was that plus not even just the fake Romano narrative, but the narrative that we still haven't had a bid for either at the time. It was agreed personal terms with both. Man United do know the price of what Senny Lommans was, but was still, having him there on ice in terms of Martinez in case it didn't work. So we obviously tried to get him on loan, like you said, which was a stupid thing to try and do, but it shows we wanted him, is what I'm saying. So for me, I'm like, if you're giving me the choice of this kid from Royal Antwerp that I've never heard of before, who's the next best thing, versus Emi Martinez, who can walk in now and fix the goalkeeping position at Man United, I'm taking Emi Martinez all day if it was my decision. Obviously, it's not, and we decided to get Senny Lommans, but it's left your boy in a difficult position now because he showed his hand. He wanted to leave. I think, listen, football moves on very quickly. The window's shut. Villa got to get back to winning games, and he's your best keeper. So I just think Emery gets him back in quickly. I think we mentioned it on the show yesterday, didn't we? That he's got to apologise. Got to be some form of restorative actions. But He's still a top keeper, man. No one can say he's not. And I didn't understand some Man United fans trying to scoff at the fact of Emiliano Martinez coming here. Oh, he's had more shots leading to errors or more errors leading to goals than Onana. Mate, we watch football with our eyes, and it's a disservice to even mention Emiliano Martinez in the same sentence as Andre Onana, mate, who's the worst keeper I've ever seen. So, yeah, I wanted him really, especially because it's you
would have
as
been a
well.
nightmare for me. I would have had to have changed days on talk.
Because
I couldn't have done Tuesdays anymore.
We've always had these talks about, it doesn't matter who it is. I could take some of your players as Watkins or, and obviously you giving it, mate, you're 15th. Who wants to come to you? They wouldn't want to go to you. And do you know what? It was enough for me.
It proved your point to an extent.
The fact that he was, in fact, it's even worse. We didn't even want him in the end. We've dangled the carrot of United and gone, nah, we'll go for some kid we ain't even heard of, send you back to Villa or unsettled. My point is proven.
Well, I'm not happy with that. But I will say we have managed to have quite a serious conversation for once. So we won up on our normal show.
Maybe we should talk on here more often.
Maybe we should harness this and take it into Tuesdays. Maybe try and make it a little bit more serious.
Keep losing games like you are, and I will not be like this.
No, well, let's face it. Neither of us are lighting up the country at the moment, are we? But yeah, you have won a game, so you have got that over us at the moment. Right, I'll let you go because I know you've got to go to TalkSport again. Thank you very much for joining me today, mate, and I will see you on Tuesday.
Take care. See you later, mate.
Right, so thank you ever so much for watching or listening to this show, however you've taken in 1874 today. Please don't forget to check out Match Bingo. If you could do that for us, it would really, really help. If you have enjoyed this video on YouTube, then give it a like. Leave us a comment as well with your thoughts on what Flex has had to say about Lindelof and Sancho and whether you're pleased with their signings. And most importantly, subscribe with your post notifications on. Let's continue the road to 30,000 subscribers. Let's make that happen. The numbers have been really good, obviously, over the last few days because it's been transfer deadline day and whatnot, but let's try and keep that momentum now. We've got daily content, so let's try and get those numbers up. If you're listening via audio, if you're Apple or Spotify, 5 stars, reviews, comments, they're really, really appreciated by us. One last plug from me. Jacob and I are going to be live in Lichfield at the Brew City venue on Monday, the 8th of September, 7 o'clock. I don't know how much the capacity is, so it's kind of first come, first served, and there's been lots of interest in it, but Jacob and I are going to sit down, do a live show that will be just for the people that are there. It won't be recorded or anything like that. Phones will be banned in case I get myself in trouble with something I say. So just turn up, Brew City, Lichfield, and then have a good time with us. Buy us that beer that you've always wanted to buy us. Some other guests will be knocking around as well. I know Max Stokes, Villa on tour, is going to come, so he'll be there as well. If you want to have a chat with him, we'll get him up on stage as well. So it'll be just a fun Villa-themed Monday night, this international break. So thank you very much for all the support on the channel. It's really appreciated. And as ever, up the Villa.